6, dated 8 January 1970. Chapter 62 continued. While offering his respectful obeisances to Lord Śiva, Bāṇāsura said, "My dear Lord, anyone who has not fulfilled his ambition will be able to do so by taking shelter of your lotus feet. It is just like the desired tree. One can take out of it anything he desires. My dear Lord, you have given me 1,000 arms, but I do not know what to do with these 1,000 arms. It appears to be burden upon me. I cannot use them properly in fighting because I do not find anyone competent to fight with me except your Lordship. O the original father of this material world, sometimes I felt a great tendency to fight with my arms when I went out to find out a suitable warrior for me. Unfortunately, everyone, knowing my extraordinary power, they fled away. Being baffled to find out a suitable warrior with me, I could simply satisfy the eating of my arms by beating against the mountains. In this way, I could tear down many great mountains and let them fall down into pieces. Lord Śiva appreciated the difficulty of Bāṇāsura, that his benediction upon the Bāṇāsura has become a troublesome business for him because he could not find out a suitable fighter with him, and he was not happy in that way. So Lord Śiva addressed him in quotation, "You rascal, you are very much eager to fight with somebody. Now you are feeling stronger than anyone. Therefore you are in sorry plight. But I say that when your days come to an end, your flag of victory will no longer flap. At that time, he will be able to find out a suitable fighter with you. As you say that there is nobody in the world except myself who can fight with you. At that time, you will find somebody who is quite competent to fight with you. At that time, you will see that your false prestige, that nobody is equal to fight with you, will be smashed into pieces." Next paragraph. After hearing this statement of Lord Śiva, the Bāṇāsura was so much puffed up with his power, became very engladdened that he would meet somebody who could fight with him properly and smash him into pieces. With great pleasure, Bāṇāsura returned home after hearing the statement of Lord Śiva. And he was always expecting for the day when the suitable fighter would come, and by fighting with him, got down all his strength. He was such a foolish demon. It appears from this statement that foolish demon like a human being, when he is unnecessarily overpowered by material, exhibit such opulences, and when they are exhausted, such foolish persons feel satisfaction. The idea is that they do not know how to expend for right causes without being aware of the benefit of Krishna consciousness. Actually, there are two classes of men. One is Krishna conscious, another is non-Krishna conscious. Non-Krishna conscious class of men are generally devoted to the demigods, whereas the Krishna conscious persons are devoted to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Krishna conscious persons utilize everything for the service of the Lord, and the non-Krishna conscious persons utilize everything for sense gratification. A vivid example of such person is Bāṇāsura. He got some extraordinary power to fight, he wanted to utilize the power for his sense gratification. So much so that without finding out any combatant for him, he began to strike with powerful hands, breaking the mountains into pieces. And in contrast to this position, Arjuna also possessed extraordinary power for fighting, and he utilized it for Kṛṣṇa only. This Bāṇāsura had one very beautiful daughter whose name was Ūṣā. When she was still unmarried but attained the age of marriage and was sleeping amongst her many girlfriends, she dreamt that Aniruddha was by her side and she was enjoying conjugal relationship with him, although she never saw before actually the feature of Aniruddha, neither she ever heard about him. While she was dreaming like that, she exclaimed very loudly, "My dear beloved, where you are?" While calling like this, she was awakened because she was exposed amongst her other friends. She became a little bit ashamed. Out of many girlfriends of Ūṣā, there was one girl whose name was Citralekha, and she happened to be the daughter of the Prime Minister of Bāṇāsura. Citralekha and Ūṣā, being in intimately friendship, out of great curiosity, Citralekha asked Ūṣā, "My dear beautiful princess, I'm surprised that as yet you are not married with any young boy, neither you have seen anybody till now, and how is that you are exclaiming like that? Whom you are searching after, and who is just your suitable match?" On hearing Citralekha's inquiries, Ūṣā replied as follows: "My dear friend, in dream I have seen a nice young man who is very, very beautiful. His complexion is swarthy, and his eyes are just like lotus petals, dressed in yellow garments. His arms are very long, and his general bodily feature is so attractive that any young girl will be captivated by him. Dear friend, I feel very much pride to say that this beautiful young man was kissing me, and I was very much enjoying the nectaring of his kissing. But I am very much sorry to inform you that just after the kissing, he disappeared, and now I am thrown into the whirlpool water of disappointment. My dear friend, I am very much anxious to find out this wonderful young man as my desired Lord of Heart." Quotation close. Next paragraph. After hearing Ūṣā, Citralekha immediately replied, "My dear friend, I can understand your bereavement, but I assure you that if this boy is existing within these three worlds, namely the upper, lower, and middle planetary systems, for your satisfaction, I must find him out. But you have to identify whether you saw him in dream. If you can do so, then I assure you that I shall bring you peace of mind. Now, let me draw some pictures. You simply go on inspecting the pictures, and As soon as you will find the picture of your desired husband, you will let me know. Doesn't matter where he is, I know the art, how to bring him, and on your identification, I shall immediately arrange for that. Quotation close. After saying this, Chitralekha began to draw, talking many pictures of demigods inhabiting in the higher planetary system, then many pictures of the Gandharvas, Siddhyas, Paranas, Pannagas, Daityas, Vidyadharas, Jakshas, as well as many human beings. All these statements of Srimad Bhagavatam and Vedic literature prove definitely that each and every planet there are living entities in different names only and in different atmospheres. Therefore, it is foolish to assert that in other planetary systems there is no living entity. Chitralekha thus painted many pictures, but amongst the pictures of the human beings, there were also the pictures of Viṣṇu dynasty, including the picture of Vasudeva, father of Kṛṣṇa, Purosan, grandfather of Kṛṣṇa, Sri Balaramji, Lord Kṛṣṇa, many others. Out of all those pictures, when Ūṣā saw the picture of Pradyumna, she became a little blissful. But when she saw the picture of Aniruddha, she became so much blissful that her head immediately became downwards because she found out the man she was seeking after. She became very much engladdened and was smiling, identified to her friend Chitralekha that that picture exactly the person who had stolen her heart. Quotation close. This Chitralekha was a great mystic, yogi. As soon as Ūṣā identified the picture of Aniruddha, although both of them did not ever see him, neither knew the name, still by her mystic power, Chitralekha could understand immediately that that picture was of Aniruddha, grandson of Kṛṣṇa. In that very night, she arranged to travel in the outer space, sky. Within very short time, she reached the city of Dwarka, well protected by Lord Kṛṣṇa. She entered the palace where Aniruddha was sleeping in his bedroom on a very exalted bedstead. By her mystic power, Chitralekha immediately brought Aniruddha in that sleeping condition to the city of Śoṇitapura, helped Ūṣā to see her desired husband in that condition. Ūṣā immediately became bloomed in happiness, and he began to enjoy the company of Aniruddha in great satisfaction. The palace in which Ūṣā and Chitralekha used to live was well fortified, so much so that it was impossible for any male either to enter in it or to see even what is there in the palace. And Ūṣā and Aniruddha together lived in that palace. Day after day, love of Ūṣā for Aniruddha grew 4 times or upon 4 times. Aniruddha also being by Ūṣā with variable dresses, flowers, garlands, scents, incense, nice bedstead, sitting place, similar all other paraphernalia or residential purposes, nice drinks with milk and sarbat, nice eatables which could be chewed or swallowed up, above all, pleasing him with nice words, very obliging service. Aniruddha was worshipped by Ūṣā as personified Supreme Personality of Godhead. Actually, Ūṣā, by her excellent service for Aniruddha, made him forget all other things, and she was able to draw the attention and love of Aniruddha upon her without any deviation. In such atmosphere, love and service, Aniruddha practically forgot himself, and he could not understand how many days he was away from his real home. In this way, due course of time, Ūṣā exhibited some symptoms of her body by which it was secret to understand that she was having intercourse with some male friend. Symptoms in her body were so prominent that it could not be anymore concealed to anyone. On the whole, with the association of Aniruddha, Ūṣā was always cheerful, as he did not know the bounds of her satisfaction. The housekeeper and the watchman of the palace could guess it very easily that she must have been related with some male friend, and without waiting for further development, all of them informed the matter to their master, Bāṇāsura. In Vedic culture, an unmarried girl having association with male friends is the greatest disgrace to the family. All the caretakers cautiously informed their master that his daughter was developing such symptoms which was disgraceful to the great family. All of them also informed their master that they were not at all neglectful regarding the house against any young man entering it, and they were all alert day and night for this purpose. They were so much careful about protecting the palace in which Ūṣā lived that even a male person could not see what was going on there. Still she has become contaminated, and we are surprised how it has taken place. We could not trace out the reason of it. Therefore, without waiting further, we beg to submit the whole situation before you. Quotation closed. Next paragraph. Bāṇāsura was very much shocked to understand that his daughter, Ūṣā, was no longer a virgin maiden, and she has lost her character, contaminated by the association of some male member. He felt it too much in his heart. Without any delay, he immediately rushed towards the palace where Ūṣā was living, and suddenly he saw that Ūṣā and Aniruddha were sitting together and talking very nicely. Although the pair, Ūṣā and Aniruddha, looked very, very beautiful, because Aniruddha was the direct son of Cupid. His father, Pradyumna, was Cupid himself. Therefore, Bāṇāsura, although saw his daughter and Pradyumna just the suitable match, but for family prestige, he did not like the combination at all. Neither he could understand who was actually the boy. He appreciated that within the three worlds there was no beautiful boy like Aniruddha was selected by Ūṣā. His complexion was brilliant, swarthy, dressed in yellow garments. His eyes were just like lotus petals. His arms were very long. He had very nice curling bluish hair. The glaring rays of his glittering earrings, as well as his beautiful smile on the lips, all combined together was certainly captivated, but still he was very angry. When Bāṇāsura saw him, at that time, Aniruddha was engaged in playing with Ūṣā, being very nicely dressed. Ūṣā garlanded him with various nice flowers. The flowers were spotted with red marks, indicating that Ūṣā embraced him, and the reddish kumkum powder clearly put on the breast of woman were spotted here and there on the garland. Bāṇāsura was struck with wonder that even in his presence, Aniruddha was very peacefully sitting in front of Ūṣā. Aniruddha could understand that his would-be father-in-law was not at all satisfied, and he was gathering many soldiers in the palace to attack him. Then, without finding any other weapon, he took help of a big iron rod which could be found in that place, and stood up before Bāṇāsura and his soldier. He firmly posture, indicating that if he would be attacked, then with that iron rod he could lay down all those soldiers on the ground. Bāṇāsura and his soldier company also could understand that Aniruddha was standing before them just like the superintendent of death with his invincible rod. Now, under the order of Bāṇāsura, the soldiers attempted to capture, arrest Aniruddha from here and there. As the soldiers dared to come before him, Aniruddha struck them with the rod one after another, and they began to fall down on the ground, broken by their heads, legs and arms. Aniruddha was killing the soldiers exactly like the figure of the flock of hogs would kill dogs one after another, barking behind them. Actually, by the striking of the rods of Aniruddha, all the soldiers fell down, broken of their heads, legs, thighs. In this way, Aniruddha was able to go out of the palace, escaping the attack of the soldiers. Bāṇāsura knew various arts of fighting, and by the grace of Lord Śiva, he knew how to arrest his opposing enemy by the rope of a snake. When Aniruddha came out of the palace, he adopted the device and was able to arrest Aniruddha by the rope of snake. And this news of arrest of Aniruddha by her father Bāṇāsura was received by Ūṣā. She became overwhelmed with grief and confusion. Suddenly, tears began to glide down her eyes, and she could not check herself and began to cry very loudly. Thus ends the 62nd chapter of Kṛṣṇa in the matter of meeting of Ūṣā and Aniruddha.